Right now, somewhere in your business, there is a decision sitting on your desk that should not be there. Maybe a question your agents texted you or your admin should have had answered, a showing request that came in your phone instead of your coordinator, and you answered it because it's faster, because it's easier, because it's honestly just how things work around here, right? That's the problem. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that problem if that's what you're finding in your business. Your business is built around you, not around systems, not around a team or leverage. And I get it, you built it, you're good at it, but when you are at the hub of every decision, every client question, every fire drill, you have created a job, not a business. And that job will consume you. I've seen it with high producing agents doing 2, 3, 4 million in volume a month or more who are fielding calls at 9 p.m. because no one on their team has the clarity, the authority, or the structure or expectations to handle it without them. So let's change that. Step 1, you're gonna audit your interruptions for 1 week. I want you to track every time someone on your team comes to you for a decision. Write it down, category, who asked, what they needed, etc. And at the end of 7 days, you will see the pattern, I promise you. 80% of those interruptions are repeatable situations that likely should have already been documented the answers to or SOPs around. Step 2, document before you delegate. Let me explain. So the number one reason delegation fails is that people hand off tasks without handing off context. So before you move anything off your plate, write down how you do it. Not a novel, but a simple step-by-step process anyone could follow. Even a voice memo transcribed into a document through the help of AI can absolutely help hold people around you accountable and define your standards. Step 3, assign clear ownership with decision authority. Stop being the approver on things that don't require you. Decide right now what decisions can your team make without you. Client scheduling, transaction timelines, marketing assets. Draw the line and tell your team explicitly, this is what you handle, so you do not have to check in with me first and they can handle it on their own. And then finally, step 4, run a weekly sync that actually works. Let me explain. So most team meetings are a waste of time because they're updates instead of alignment. So change the format of your team meetings. 15 minutes on what's working, what's blocked, and what the priority is for the coming week. That's it. That's your job. That's the meeting, and that will solve 90% of your problems and the barriers that your team is experiencing. And step 5, hire to your gaps when you're ready, not your comfort zone. So most agents hire people who feel easy to manage. They need to hire people who can actually run the functional responsibilities that you need. And if you're still doing things that licensed coordinators or a strong admin or a buyer's agent should own, that means it's a hiring gap, not a workload problem. So here's your one thing for today. If you take away anything, open your calendar and find one recurring task that does not require your license, your relationships, or your direct judgment. Write down the steps, hand it off this week, and that is the beginning of your leverage. And if you're watching this and thinking, I need a whole system for this, not just one tip, that is exactly where I help real estate leaders build. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video because we're going deeper on how to structure the roles your business actually needs with clarity. I'm Alexis Salikas, 15 plus years in real estate and leadership, and I've built a market center with over 800 agents, and I can tell you from experience, the business that lasts is the one that doesn't need you for everything. So let's work on building that.